During the early 2000s, portable gaming consoles were the craze. All your friends were either going head to head on Mario Kart racing on the DS, or playing GTA on the PSP. No matter where you were, there would be someone playing on a dedicated portable gaming machine. Fast forward to today, and the use of dedicated portable gaming devices have certainly become a rarity. The recent successes of the Nintendo Switch has prompted a re-examination of this key area in the gaming market, but companies are still anxious to push forward a new portable gaming system as they fear the general market are happy enough just using their phones for casual gaming. Sony, which was once successful in the portable gaming market, have been relatively quiet in recent years regarding a portable gaming machine. After their last launch of the PS Vita back in 2012 failed miserably and didn't meet sales numbers, it seems we might never get a follow-up to the PlayStation Vita. But the PlayStation Vita, to me, is one of the best portable gaming consoles I have ever used. It's now 2019, and I still use my PS Vita at least once a month when I have to go on long journeys for meetings. I would rather not lug about a massive tablet, or the slightly too big Nintendo Switch. So, today I'm going to take you through why I think the PS Vita was a great console, what I believe caused it to fail, and why they should bring it back. The PlayStation Vita was essentially the PlayStation 3 packed up into a small form factor which you could use on the go. The PlayStation Vita featured a 5-inch OLED touchscreen, dual thumbsticks that were not on the original PlayStation P, a rear touchpad, cellular data connectivity as well as Wi-Fi, and backward compatibility support for the PlayStation 1 and PSP library via digital download. It was everything a Sony fanboy could want and more. I would even argue that the PlayStation Vita was ahead of its time, given that one of the most cried out features for on the Nintendo Switch is cellular data connection, so that you can play multiplayer games such as Fortnite on the go. When the PlayStation Vita was announced, the community couldn't believe what they were seeing. The fact that you could play Uncharted on a portable gaming device, take on people across the globe in team deathmatch on Call of Duty, and experience the graphics of Killzone, but in a device that would fit in your pocket. Almost everything that you would expect from a portable gaming console was available here. Almost. A detail that was omitted from the general public at the original announcement of the PlayStation Vita was the lack of onboard storage, and more worrying, the cost of additional storage. You see, the PlayStation Vita had no onboard physical storage. So for you to be able to save your games, download digital files, watch films, or even save photos with the built-in camera would mean you'd have to purchase additional storage, which, of course, the PlayStation Vita only supports Sony's exclusive PlayStation Vita memory cards. These memory cards are literally what killed the Vita. The memory cards came in 4 different variants: 4GB for $29.99, 8GB for $44.99, 16GB for $69.99, and 32GB for $119.99. I mean, these prices were insane. Especially when Sony spent so much time promoting the fact that this was the console to use on the go, with a vast digital library to take advantage of, and that was the future for gaming. The memory card seriously prohibited that vision. With the cost of buying a PlayStation Vita, Uncharted, and an 8GB memory card at launch, you were looking at about $329.99 just to get you started on this new system. And that 8GB won't get you far at all in digital downloads. And what was even more contradictory was that the PlayStation Vita was promoted as a console to enhance your home gaming experience, not to replace it. So why would you make the starting cost for everything to get you up and running so close to the price of a home console? By Sony doing this, they limited the amount of customers that would buy the PlayStation Vita to predominantly Sony enthusiasts, as the average household could not justify the overall cost of this console. This inherently hurt the console's sales, and instead of Sony doing the wise thing and reducing their prices, they kept the memory cards at the same price. Even to this day, the memory cards are seriously overpriced. As I said, I've had a PlayStation Vita now for about 6-7 years, and I've been using a 16GB memory card. And about a year ago, I went into my local game store, and I wanted to get a bigger memory card because I wanted to download more games, but obviously my storage was full. So I asked them how much a memory card was, and just by luck they had a 64GB memory card that was pre-owned, and they wanted to charge me $79.99. $79.99 for a 64GB memory card in late 2018. It was ridiculous. And because Sony decided to be stubborn and stick to their overpriced memory cards, not only were the sales of the console hurt, but the actual support from the game developers started to disappear. At the end of 2015, no more AAA games were released or announced for the PlayStation Vita, leaving the market to be taken over predominantly by indie titles. By 31st of March 2019, PlayStation Vita was officially confirmed dead by Sony, selling a mere 16.1 million consoles in its 8 years of life. For comparison, the Nintendo Switch has sold 33.8 million consoles in just the 2 years it's been alive. Sony's ignorance and greed killed the PlayStation Vita, and along with it took the vast majority of dedicated gaming consoles with it. So, why should we bring back the PlayStation Vita? Well, besides the storage, the PlayStation Vita is the best portable gaming system I have ever used, even over the Switch. The Nintendo Switch is a great console, and I don't want to take anything away from Nintendo, especially since Nintendo have essentially revived this dying market. But the Switch is only dipping its toes into the portable gaming market, and has a hard time deciding whether it's a better home gaming system, a better portable gaming system, or a mushy mix of the two together. What no one can take away from the PlayStation Vita was that it was a portable gaming system at its core, with the ability to access cellular data connection to play multiplayer games on the go, its small form factor, and its access to a vast digital market of games to take advantage of, as long as you could afford the memory card. If Sony released the PlayStation Vita today, but with the support for the standard micro SD memory card, I honestly believe it would outsell the Nintendo Switch by far. And with the caliber of Sony exclusives we have seen on the PS4 in recent years, there is no doubt Sony would be able to bring some great first-party games to the new PlayStation Vita. But will there be a new PlayStation Vita? And if so, when? I think at some point in the next 3 years, we are going to see more of an interest of console quality gaming on the go. Whether that will be brought to us by cloud technology streaming our games with us from anywhere comes down to how successful 5G will be. But regardless of that, portable gaming will make a return, and we have the Switch to thank for that. Both Sony and Microsoft have said that it is an area of the market they have talked about, but are not ready to tackle as of yet. But the Nintendo Switch has shown that a dedicated portable gaming system is still something that people want, and that the PlayStation Vita itself wasn't the failure. Sony was. TJFL, signing out.